deck here at Taprock Northwest Grill with Terry Hopkins. We're talking about our customer service, and our customer service class by the colors is coming up August 20th. Be sure to get registered at gpchamber.org for this fabulous workshop.
So we have Terry Hopkins here, Vice President of Operations for Southern Oregon Elmers, and certainly that includes the wonderful Taprock Northwest Grill. Terry, thanks for taking an opportunity and giving us the opportunity to talk with you about how you provide such great customer service.
Thank you for having me.
First question I'd like to ask you, Terry, is how important is customer service, and how do you build that in to the success of Southern Oregon Elmers and all your individual restaurants?
I don't know if I could quantify the importance of customer service. We rate it so high on our scale, so much so that we separate the word service out of it. Service to me and to our company is a task that needs to get done. And so many services have become automated in today's day and age. A service needs to get done. You can go to an ATM, you can go to a vending machine, but there's a part of us as a person that inherently misses that human contact. So we rephrase it as hospitality, or as you say, Rob, customer service, and make sure that we identify the difference of the two. In doing so, we look to recruit it every single day in our employees. We look to monitor it and talk to our guests every day, because that truly is what we're selling. Although people say we're in the food and beverage industry, we're in the hospitality industry.
Now, Terry, I apologize for throwing this extra question in for you, but I just can't help but throwing this one in. It seems like people would come to this specific restaurant, the Taprock Northwest Grill, to have a specific experience. Would you say being able to provide hospitality is a key part of that experience?
Oh, if not the top piece. You know, when they take a look at the building and the environment and the surroundings, it's nice, attractive, but we've already set a bar for their expectations, and we need to exceed what we feel our competitors are offering in the hospitality level.
So I would say, based on my knowledge of this community and seeing this place operate for a lot of years, that a lot of people want to work here. When you have openings and you interview people to join the specific team here or your broader team, what do you look for? How do you find that secret ingredient and make sure you're getting people that can provide those wonderful levels of hospitality?
It's a level of communication. You know, when we launch into an interview, rarely do we start with, where have you been, what have you done, what skills do you have? Again, that's a service that we can train. The piece that we're looking for is something that I can't train. As we sit down and engage them in an interview, are they able to engage us in conversation? Is there some emotion involved? Are they a real person? Are they able to laugh? And if I had to pick one point that through and throughout has been the best tool, I'll often, whether it's work-related, school-related, or outside of work and school, I'll ask people a series of questions about their favorite and least favorite. So, take for example, school. If I launch into a question and say, hey, what was your least favorite class that you had throughout school, whether it's high school or college, and they're able to go on and on about the negatives, but struggle to tell me their favorite, that's probably not the right person for me. I look for somebody who's able to say, well, I liked all my classes, and maybe struggles to pick a least favorite, but when I ask them about their favorite, again, whether it's a school class, an employer, a manager, their outside activities, their eyes light up, they get excited, they show emotion, and they want to tell me how they were involved, how it affected their life, and how reciprocating they were able to make that feeling for others.
So when people join your team, if they successfully get through that process, obviously you want to have them be successful from the word go. There's a lot to know here. How do you bring them on board? What's your process for doing that to try to increase the probability of success?
Right. Well, of course, as I mentioned, the first and most integral piece is hiring the right person that's got the piece that we can't train. And then we do move back into that service, the technical side of it. Yes, of course, they need to know the menu. They need to know their pricing. They need to know ingredients. They need to know how to assemble the piece that goes out for the service that we're providing. Hopefully, they've already got the hospitality. So we have a very regimented training program that starts day one with orientation, that talks about the rules of the game, whether it's where to park, how to clock in, but sets out the ground rules for success in the game that they're engaging. From there, we put them into a program that puts them in the back of the house prior to even any customer or guest interaction, and they learn more of the technical side. From there, they move to the front, where they get to interact with the guests, but always as the shadow of one of our superstars. After a series of tests, some of it technical, some of it a review from their trainer, we flip places and let them be the front line interacting with the guests while still having their trainer behind them as a shadow, to where when the shift's over we can still fine-tune and give them feedback.
So one last question for you, Terry. As you're watching people and as you're trying to make sure that exemplary customer service and hospitality is being delivered throughout not only Taprock Northwest Grill, but throughout all your restaurants and convention meeting services outlets, what do you look for? How do you measure it? How do you make sure that that's happening and identify situations where it needs to be fixed if it's not?
Measuring, it's a very good question, Rob, because that's easier said than done. You know, we have comment cards, we have social media, we have pay attention to that, but it's a feeling. It's not always something that we can show with data. We talk to all of our guests inside the restaurant as a management team. We talk to our staff, whether it's their coworkers or they themselves, and you get a feeling for how things are going. Yes, comment cards and social media are going to back those things up, but to quantify it and measure it, I think it's something that, again, it goes back to the very beginning. It's that piece of either you got it or you don't. I can't always train. People just know when that engaging process fits.
Well, Terry, thank you once again for taking the time to talk to us. I'm going to cut back over to Mary here, and we'll hear more from you later on in this process. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
I am so excited to be able to offer this seminar. Be sure to get signed up. The seats are filling up fast. gpchamber.org. If you have any questions, shoot me at info@mary@soulcanyon.com, and we'll answer your questions. Hope to see you there.